From NewsNation headquarters, this is NewsNation Prime.
We're welcoming in our panel tonight, NewsNation political contributor Kurt Bardella and Republican strategist Matt Klink. I love this matchup. I'm so glad both of you are here, gentlemen. Matt, why don't we start with you? I mean, Dems saying Trump is chaotic right now. He's close to tanking the economy. Do you think this is the art of the deal?
Well, they're right. He is chaotic right now. And I think that what the Republicans and what the Trump administration are experiencing is that in many respects, political campaigning is easy. The art of governing is much more difficult. And especially with tariffs. I think tariffs are one of those things that everybody agrees that we're getting screwed by countries around the world and that it needs to change. But Republicans and Democrats all disagree on what that change should look like. And the American voter is conditioned to say, oh, you want to change the whole system? Great. Have it done by Wednesday so we can go back to normal. So this is a question of expectations and reality. Right now, the expectations for Donald Trump were very high. The reality is that even with 130 plus countries coming to the table, this is not going to get resolved quickly. And the uncertainty, as the previous guest said, it could be a killer economically for some farmers.
I mean, Kurt, what is your take on the tariffs? Is this just medicine, as Trump says, short-term pain?
Well, I think Matt was right when he used the word expectations. And I think in many ways, Donald Trump set the expectations so high for quick action and quick results when he ran for president. He said on day one, the cost of living will go down. On day one, the economy will skyrocket. On day one, everything would become much easier and all the nightmare that the American people experienced from Joe Biden would be a thing of the past. Now he's saying something very different. Now he's saying, it might take a minute. This could be a little painful. In the long run, it'll work out. But right now, you're going to need to be patient. That's very different than the expectation that he set when he was running for president. That's why there's so much, I think, whiplash right now from the American people. We all know, those of us who do this for a living, nothing happens quickly. No adjustment to the economy happens overnight. Certainly trying to improve things and overcome past mistakes takes time. It's gradual. Governing is slow. The system is designed for it to be painfully, tediously slow. That's why the American people are so impatient most of the time.
I mean, Matt, I see you nodding there. What's on your mind?
No, look, I think you're going to hear we're in agreement that Liberation Day was a great marketing ploy. But I think that, anytime you're using terms like whiplash and uncertainty and things of that nature, you don't want to be on the side of the one who's creating the whiplash and the uncertainty. And right now, Donald Trump and the Republicans who are in for a penny, in for a pound with him, they are. And this is something that they have time. He hasn't even hit 100 days yet, but he needs to start making some progress so that he can put some wins up on the board. And I think if that happens, it will hopefully breathe a sigh of relief. But, that, again, it's not going to happen quickly.
Okay, Kurt, let's turn to the events of tomorrow. We know the president of El Salvador will be meeting with Trump tomorrow. And the elephant in the room, the Supreme Court ruling the administration must bring back that man mistakenly deported to El Salvador. In your mind, is there any excuse for why he isn't already back in this country? It's a 5-hour flight, as his attorney says.
There really isn't. I mean, the haste in which he was removed illegally, I might add, he should be returned just as quickly. And for all of the fear mongering that we hear on the right that this was a gang member and this was MS-13, no evidence. And let me remind you, NewsNation has done extensive research into this. They have done a lot of reporting, even going to the county, local officials, law enforcement, asking, is there any evidence at all that this person is a member of MS-13? They have told NewsNation the answer is no, there is no evidence. Someone who's had their rights trampled on by this president needs to be made right as quickly as possible. There's no excuse for delay, in my opinion.
Matt, your thoughts on this?
Bring him back. The Supreme Court said to bring him back. It would be great if the president of El Salvador would throw him on the airplane on the way back with him, kill two birds with one stone. It was a mistake, unfortunate, tragic, probably result in him getting a lot of money from the U.S. government because of their mistake. But he needs to be back in this country if he was illegally deported.
This is the Matt and Kurt friendship show tonight. This accordance is incredible. Let's stay with you, Matt. Let's talk about Ukraine's president in a new interview tonight, inviting President Trump to visit Ukraine to see the toll the war has had in person. Let's take a listen. I'm not sure if we have the sound. If we don't, we have it. Let's play it.
Okay.
We want you to come and I think to come and to see. You think you understand what's going on here. Okay, we respect your position. You understand. But please, before any kind of decisions, any kind of formats of negotiations, come to see people, civilians, warriors, hospitals, churches, children, destroyed or dead. Come, look, and then let's move with a plan how to finish the war.
Matt, should President Trump take him up on this offer?
Well, I won't directly answer your question, Natasha. It's brilliant political ploy by President Zelensky because he realizes that the Ukraine war is fading off the front page of American newspapers. But look, the carnage that he would see and that Zelensky just described, Trump has said that too. That's why he says he wants to end the fighting. So I would be surprised if Donald Trump goes, but kudos to Zelensky for throwing it out there. Maybe he'll get a nibble from the Trump administration.
I mean, Kurt, do you think it's a political ploy?
Well, there's always politics involved, and politics and perception is ultimately reality. But I also think that there is a potential benefit for President Trump at a time where things are uncertain at home with the economy and the global unrest. Nothing breathes life into the presidency more than when presidents exercise the foreign policy doctrine and have that backdrop and make that stand of being in a place of war. I think those are iconic moments potentially. So it could really benefit both President Zelensky and President Trump if executed right. I don't think President Trump should be afraid to do that.
What a civil conversation tonight, gentlemen. Kurt Bardella, Matt Klink, thank you.
Thanks for having us.